Italy continues to languish with the highest number of corona cases outside of China, the Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi seems to be having a great time under the sun. The 84-year-old Italian Prime Minister was so far dating Francesca Pascal, a 34-year-old woman, and they seem to have broken up amicably, looks like. And now he seems to have switched over to another girl, Marta Faschina. She is a 30-year-old, even younger MP from the same group. So Silvio Berlusconi seems to be having a great time, even as Italy continues to languish under the effects of coronavirus. The whole country seems to have been quarantined, and great amount of distress is there, as it has the largest number of coronavirus cases outside China. Going ahead, India seems to be having its own share of fun under the sun. One of the prominent leaders of India's opposition party, Congress, the name being Jyotiraditya Scindia, seems to have moved over to the ruling party, the BJP. He is believed to have been unhappy at his prospects at the Congress party, and this move was triggered by the actions of the former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. There are two people involved, Mr. Shivraj Chauhan, and there's another leader of the opposition as was existing in Madhya Pradesh. When asked as to what exactly this operation was, whether it was an operation twist, we were informed that this operation was labeled as Operation Rang Panchami. What is that? That's the festival of Holi. It's called Rang Panchami, and therefore this action was done to enable the toppling of the government, the incumbent government in Madhya Pradesh. So therefore, this entire operation to move Jyotiraditya Scindia back to the ruling party was called Operation Rang Panchami, as it fell on a day Holi, a very important festival for Hindus, and this was the day on which they expected to move Jyotiraditya to BJP and thus to topple the government and bring BJP into power in Madhya Pradesh. So a lot of politics going on, friends, and Dow futures indicating today a sharp cut of over 600 points. One must not forget that Saudi Arabia has instructed Saudi Aramco to boost its oil capacity, and therefore this increase in the production in the face of falling demand can only lead to a further tumble of oil prices. Oil prices, as you know, tumbled more than 25% on Monday on the basis of an inability to reach an agreement between Russia and Saudi Arabia, thus causing the OPEC agreement and the OPEC group to almost completely lose its importance in the oil producing world. So it is left now to Saudi Arabia, and who seems to be boosting its output capacity to extract the maximum mileage for its production capacities. Incidentally, the Saudi Aramco IPO price now far exceeds its market price. Market price has slipped below the IPO price, thus causing great distress in being one of the most fanciest and largest market capitalization companies in the world. Now finds its IPO price to be far above its market price. An interesting twist to events has taken place over the weekend. In the United States, New York and New Jersey have now declared state of emergency, health emergency. President Donald Trump is trying very hard to reduce the payroll tax to as much as 0%, so as to boost demand and to bring back some of the after effects of the coronavirus and throw it out of the window. So he believes that by some fiscal measures, such as reducing the payroll tax to as much as 0, he can boost the demand which has been faltering in the event of the coronavirus. However, empty airlines, flights and cruises are hurting the stock prices of United, Delta, and even Norwegian Cruise. These have fallen quite heavily over the last few days, and with the coronavirus now spreading in intensity across the world, these flights, although they are being supported by low input prices, but due to faltering demand, the stock prices of these airlines and these cruise companies are expected to fall even further. There has been no great unanimity as to the fiscal measures that United States is expected to take over the next few days. Donald Trump's moves seem to be in quite contradiction to what the monetary policy thinks. They have already reduced interest rates once last few days back, and there is tremendous pressure on them to move once again. However, the monetary policy believes, as I understand, that only in its upcoming March 17 meeting they will consider another reduction in interest rates. Donald Trump, in the wake of falling stock markets, does not wish to wait that long. In any event, he has unraveled his fiscal measures, which also seem to be running into a little bit of bad weather. Markets could open negative, but it could recover towards the last 1 hour in the United States. Dow could recover in the last hour and a half of trading today. Tomorrow could be just the other way around. It could be a good day, good first 3 hours of trading on Dow Jones tomorrow. And in fact, Asia should also be doing quite well. However, after 3 hours of trading tomorrow, Dow Jones could begin to sink once again. So please bear this into mind. You have days of contradictions today. A nervous start to the trading in US markets could be followed by a last 1.5 hours of good recovery. Tomorrow could be just the other way around. You have good amount of interest, upside, positive momentum until about 3 hours of commencement of trading on New York Stock Exchange. And after 3 hours of trading, you will find that stocks will begin to falter once again. So investors, however, do realize that Asia tomorrow should be trading substantially in the green. Please take all these things into consideration while planning your investments, and your investment objectives should be tuned accordingly. Please understand that investing for the long term, for the long haul, building a new portfolio is not advisable at this point of time. This is the advice I have been giving for quite some time, and I continue to give. The bottom is nowhere near, and things are going to only get worse from here. I'm surprised by Nomura saying that a recession looks likely, but not quite sure. JP Morgan says that coronavirus is overdone, and it is difficult to fathom a global recession at this point of time. I can take it from me that the chances of a global recession are not 100%, but more than 100% now. It's almost certain, and therefore, please plan your investments accordingly. Happy investing. Take care. Bye-bye.